All of this will be under the watchful eye of leaders in your community. We are excited about the collaborative opportunities ahead and ask you to join us in celebrating the regional focus on the new Southeast Virginia Community Foundation. I would like to now introduce to you the President of the Board of the Directors of the Portsmouth Community Foundation, right straight from American Idol, America's newest and greatest rock star, Miss Gloria Treat.
And guys, I'm here with Count That Down, my new friends. Thank you, Steve. And good afternoon, everybody. We congratulate the Heron Foundation on a job well done planning this afternoon and for planning the weather for it. Today we're going to celebrate two cities, Chesapeake, and Portsmouth, joining together, forming one foundation under one common name with one common mission for community service to our communities. We celebrate now the Southeast Virginia Community Foundation. For 15 months, we of the Portsmouth community and the Heron Foundations have met with discussion of our community's needs and concerns. We have discussed philanthropy, finding and funding solutions that can make a difference, and we plan to. And in time, we discussed the value of our foundation's merger. During that time, we have forged a very strong relationship. And we are looking so forward to forging even more friendships through the strong impact that we will be making throughout our two cities. And now for the introductions, starting with the founders of the Heron Foundation, Josh Gerloff, Dan Grubb. Dan, you've done a wonderful job tonight. You really have. You kind of put it off on other people, but whenever I talk to you, you were working on today's event, and we're proud of you. Steve Johnson, Rich Phillips. And now, members of the Portsmouth Community Foundation Board, Bobby Gray, Pat Callahan, Paige Cherry, Don Comer, Carl Hardy, Hetty Heckler. Hetty, I just saw you come in. Louis Hibbets, David Kennerson, Melvin Mariner, Bill Oast, Susan Robertson, Howard Rodman, Phil Rudisil, Richard Wentz, Bob Williams, Tom Wood, Ken Wren Sr., and myself, Gloria Creasy. And now, for the new members of the Southeast Virginia Community Foundation Board of Directors, suggested and recruited by their friends and community leaders. We have Pat Corbin, Tim Culpepper, Cliff Hayes, Patrick Reynolds, Emil Viola, David Stockmeyer, Amy Folks, and Ray Connor. But last and certainly but not least, our Executive Director, Judy Luffman. We congratulate and thank these individuals for their commitment to changing lives, and that we will. And we ask for your support as we work together addressing our community needs. And thank you very much, but don't go away because now we have a toast.
We have one other guest who's just entering the area right now, a Chesapeake icon, just a wonderful man whose work is legendary in our city, and it continues on to this day. Dr. Juan Montero is just coming in. He's been very instrumental in this work. advising both sides. We want to do this thing, and I just want to say thanks to Dr. Montero.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you noticed on the short glass initials, which stand for the name of our new foundation. In preparing this toast, my thoughts kept returning to words I heard this past Friday. Judy Luffman and I met with a gentleman named Frank Kirby. Frank is a wise and good friend who over 40 years ago helped form the original trust and foundation in Portsmouth. Judy and I wanted to personally talk to Frank about our coming merger because he was so instrumental. We did not want him to read about this in the newspaper. He's too important to us. We talked to him, and listening to us, he paused in conversation. He lowered his head. He was deep in thought. Then he raised his eyes to us. He smiled, and he said in halting Latin. Now I'm going to repeat what he said, and if there are any Latin majors in the house, please excuse me, because I'm going to say it the way he said it. But what the translation is even more important. He said in halting Latin, "Aedulus ad omnes," translated, which means, he said, from 2 to 1. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what we are. One foundation. Thank you. Steve just said, unless I was going to sing, I had to leave the stage.
She's singing.